I'm Kelly Young, President of the AFA, speaking today to Becca Rose Atchison, Founding Partner and Creative Director at Rebecca Rose Events in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Yeah, so I joined the debate team my first year in high school, honestly, kind of on a whim. And I had been a ballet dancer at the Houston Ballet Academy in Texas, which involves a pretty rigorous schedule where I was training 4 to 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. And I was on a path where I actually intended to graduate high school early, forgo or delay a college career altogether, and hopefully join a company as a professional ballet dancer. Because in order to have any kind of longevity or successful, to have a successful career in the world of ballet, you're really pretty limited to the earlier part of your life. So long story short, I made the decision to stop dancing because of a chronic injury. And as I was then entering high school, I suddenly had literally all this time back and nothing to do with it. I didn't even know what to do with myself. I felt very lost and very frustrated. And of course, it was sad to have given up a huge part of my life. And so it felt like a void. And debate was an activity that was not sports because I knew that that was not the right fit for me. And again, because of injury, I couldn't be doing something really physical, but it was the perfect thing to fill that void and enable me to really feel like I was a part of something and to have something to work at. So I fell in love with it right away because I really loved the competition. I loved the challenge. I loved the fact that it really gave me something to work very hard at and see noticeable growth and improvement from literally week to week. And then, of course, it ultimately helped me earn a presidential scholarship to attend Wake Forest University, where then I debated all 4 years in college, and the rest is history. So as a student in college, debate gave me an incredible level of confidence and comfort to just be able to speak in public, to advocate for things that matter to me, and even just quite frankly, to feel more comfortable engaging with others in difficult or complex conversations on a daily basis, whether that be a friend, a student, a professor, a judge at a debate tournament, whatever it might be. And there are so many skills that I have now that I attribute to my time in debate in college. And so it's just a laundry list, but the ability to research, to really, really dig deeply, and even when you feel like you know about something, to then dig even deeper. The ability to seek and understand and recognize the importance of understanding the other side of any given issue. And just, the sheer amount of topics that I feel more knowledgeable about, even to this day, because of the breadth of policy research and education I was exposed to as a debater in college. And I really don't think that I fully recognized at the time how much each resolution, each area of policy research, each set of arguments, whether they were about policy or more philosophically based, would really prepare me just to be a well-informed adult later in life. And, it's also the case that debate equipped me to be a better consumer of news, to better sort through bias, and to understand the motivations behind why people say what they say, or where that's coming from, or how it might be entrenched in history, and to more fully understand current events. So I did not choose a career path that looks a lot like any of my contemporaries. I did not choose to go to law school, although I really did think long and hard about it. I spent a couple of years in public relations and corporate communication before realizing that I wanted to work in events, and that I ultimately wanted to start my own business, which I now have. And was, I'm the founding partner and creative director of a luxury destination wedding planning, design, and production firm. So pretty unusual career path. I think I have yet to find another debater that has a career that looks exactly like mine, but I think that's really cool. And so the skills that I gained from debate are without question some of the biggest reasons that I found success as an entrepreneur and really have been able to kind of carve out this niche. And so, I love the competition, the challenge of it, the thrill of it, the constant motivation to continually improve and do my best work as an event designer, and also build the best, most capable team and grow the company. And unlike many of my peers in the wedding industry now, I am not at all afraid of competition. I see it as a really healthy part of business, and it's very motivating and enables me to set goals and work towards them and train and build a team that thinks that way too. I love business strategy. I didn't go to business school, but I love business strategy and I love thinking 3 steps ahead and anticipating all of the things that can and will go wrong, and figuring out kind of just how to sidestep problems, how to avoid critical errors and get ahead. And I truly don't think that my brain was naturally wired to think about strategy like that until my debate career really exercised and trained those muscles. And that's invaluable now. And though I'm an event designer and the primary work that I do is to design aesthetic environments for events, as a business owner, the honest truth is that a large part of what I do is really sales. And trust me, I never set out to have a career as a salesperson, but the bottom line is that if I don't sell the service that our company offers, then we do not have clients to serve. And so on a daily basis, I am focused on communication that is really excellent, and ultimately just the art of persuasion. And, debate taught me how to really explain things and to be able to communicate the complexities of any given situation in a way that is relatable and understandable and connects with whoever the audience is. And so I use those skills now, not only to train our team at Rebecca Rose Events, but I also teach at industry workshops. I coach other wedding industry professionals. I speak at industry conferences. And not only do I really enjoy that work that I find incredibly personally fulfilling, but the honest truth as well is that it has also added another revenue stream for our business. And so literally those skills have translated into a way for me to find success as a business owner, give people jobs, and give back to the industry and make it a revenue model that is sustaining so that that business can continue to grow and improve, which is really exciting. And another thing that I'll say, is just that the power of good work ethic I don't think it can possibly be overrated or overstated. To be successful as a debater, you absolutely have to put in the work. Being a naturally confident or convincing speaker is only going to get you so far. You have to put in the time, the research, the prep work, the thought process. You can't take shortcuts and expect to withstand the rigorous scrutiny that your arguments are going to be subjected to and come out of that on the other side as a winner. And so at this stage in my life, I value that work ethic that debate cultivated in me so much. And, I have to say that as someone who hires employees, trains people, coaches other entrepreneurs, and works occasionally with student interns, it is really hard to find that kind of work ethic. And yet when I look to debaters, it's ever present. And that's an incredible thing. And so, and I will share this little thing too, because I'll never forget it. But my very first job after college, 18 years ago, I worked at Edelman Public Relations in Atlanta. And I started there as an intern. And so this is I don't know, maybe week 2 of my internship. I was walking down the hall to take something to the senior vice president in her office, and I heard her on the phone, and I knew who she was talking to because I had seen her calendar, but I heard her tell one of our very large corporate clients that she had a former competitive collegiate debater on her firm's research team. And that was me, of course. And at the time, I thought it was just so random and kind of overblown. It seemed really silly to me. I definitely didn't appreciate the significance of that. But now that I'm a little bit older and have more perspective, I understand why she would tout that, because of the skill sets that are automatically conveyed just in that very description. And so that was a powerful tool for her to have in her arsenal just to talk about with a client who I can't say who it was, but is a very, very large Fortune 100 company. And so there are just so many immeasurable ways that debate prepared me for my career, for my adulthood. And I hope that this is a testament to the fact that any student is well served by participating in this activity, even the students who don't go on to pursue careers in the practice of law or politics or the academic realm or any kind of formal advocacy, because I think I'm living proof that I found a niche that is the perfect blend of the arts and business, and I truly have debate to thank for finding success in it. Oh gosh, so many memories. But I think the most powerful ones are always those that, I associate just with simply being part of a team. and the dynamic that we had working together, burning the midnight oil, preparing strategies, the way that we celebrated each other when any of us found success, the way that we all pitched in to support one another's success. My coach at Wake Forest when I was there as a debater, a man named Ross Smith, who I miss very much, is no longer with us. But he was tough. He was so, it was such tough love in terms of his philosophy. But, he's not only the one that taught me so much about debate strategy, he's also the one that taught me how to play poker. And, I love that connection of, the feeling of real family and true friendship, in addition to just being on a team that was very highly competitive and strategically oriented. And I will never forget, as long as I live, that, Ross being the one who taught me to play poker and stoked my competitive spirit to make me just a fierce competitor, really on so many fronts. But, my husband, Jared, and I will never forget that the night of our wedding, which is over 16 years ago now, as we were leaving and saying our goodbyes to all of our friends after we had just had this really fun party, and we looked over and saw that Ross had gathered a group of alumni, and they were kicking up a game of Texas Hold'em, and it felt very full circle. And I think that, many of the debaters and coaches from my years as a college student and on the Wake Forest University debate team are people that I keep up with to this day. And we are spread out all over the world. But we always have this shared experience in common that gives us a strong tie to one another. And it's not just debaters at Wake Forest either. It's former debaters from, who were my competitors from many other colleges and universities who I still consider good friends. And I have to say that it is not lost on me that the friends I made in debate are truly some of the most intelligent and hardworking people in the world, literally working to change the world. And it's amazing to have that network of folks in my life. And I will always be grateful for the relationships that debate has given me. It was the benefit of being on a sports team without having to play sports, and has a lasting effect in my life that I think is really powerful.